In Louisville, Kentucky, they love thoroughbreds who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first. And certainly, they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today, the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Cardinals will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He stopped short of the 20 at the 9th. We wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. The give on the inside. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25.
Listen, defense is about energy, it's about passion, it's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll give it on the counter. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball in the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He's going to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it with 2nd down coming.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing.
Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. The 20. And what a play and what a return as he takes it all the way back inside the 10.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. They'll throw it on first down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Going to the ground. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. Dropping back, it's Shuck. Gets it out fast. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up.
He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Makes the catch. It's Hilton. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
He runs out of bounds at the 40. And first down for the offense. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Louisville 7, LSU 0.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. To the ground with the back. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down coming up. Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Throws to the tight end. He makes the catch. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Makes the grab over the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He makes a grab. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. He caught it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the 1st down bumper? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
The snap sets up the throw. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lacey. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He wants to throw. Going downfield for the big play. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. LSU ready to boot it away and open this 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. Looking downfield, it's Shuck. Looking to the big tight end. Lost, the defense is wide open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Cardinals moving quickly to the line. Now from inside the red zone. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. That makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Coming out with it, it's Thomas. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Going for the big play. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbounds.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to pass, it's Nussmeier. Fires left. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Hilton. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, LSU! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're just down 6. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
First and 10.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He'll try to do it himself. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. The Cardinals come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to throw, it's Shuck. Shoots it to the left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Offense facing 4th down.
Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game, going for it inside your own 30. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's got him, and they convert. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense, a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Give to the back. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Louisville 14, LSU 8.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Brown. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points, now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Looking at a 2nd and short now.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! What a catch and run for 6. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for the offense to come away with 2 points there, but he dropped it in the end zone. That's a catch you have to make.
He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's taking a deep shot. And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Bulls his way forward. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-line.
And he's running in the open. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The give as they work on that clock. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football. With the lead late in the game, if we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Tackled after picking up the 1st down. The Cardinals are in the hurry-up. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Let's it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thomas. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part.
Lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Got it! So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Ooh, the defense so lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity to take a chance and take a shot. They executed that play beautifully.
There's nowhere to go. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turn. Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. This isn't your run-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ballard. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards. In with a touchback. A first down for the offense. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the run.
I like offenses being creative. If that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. To the air, it's Howard. Quarterback adapting. Makes the grab. At the 45 on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass play.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to go for a big one. He's got it on the right. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Settled next to the Willamette River, Austin Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. This is not your run-of-the-mill regular season game. Instead, it is a top 10 clash, one team hoping to make a giant statement. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking. Room but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. First down here for the offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. Bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They ran it on first down, now on second. Back to throw, it's Gabriel. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Makes the catch down the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the third 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
Makes the grab. It's Ferguson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
The Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. Looking for a crease. It's James. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Might as well give it to him again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I like the running backs comes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Wants to go up top. On the move to his left. He gets it in there for the 2-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Offense getting set for first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pressure coming. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Throwing right. Fires into traffic, picked off. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Oregon! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, man. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And he added the extra point. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play. He's looking deep. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oregon 15, LSU 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target and was able to swat that ball away.
They'll line up for a second down play. Dropping back, it's Gabriel.
And I think everybody holds their breath when that QB is back to throw, and he's right near the goal line. You never know if it's truly a safety, but he just gets out of the end zone and avoids the safety.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quick pass on the fly motion. And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They'll immediately call timeout. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Try to get it on the ground. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
And the gamble pays off, David. Not a lot of programs, not a lot of coaches would want to go for it down deep in their own end like that, but they turn around to hand it off, and hey, they get the first down.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's analytics that say go for it. And
He'll off one deep down the left side. And the pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. The give to the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
First down here for the offense. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. It's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Getting some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
He uncorks one deep. Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job, and you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2 and try to tie it. As it is, they're down by 1. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He took the risk bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
To throw, it's Gabriel. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
Yeah, and it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of matchup somewhere else.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. Finds him out of the backfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Feeling some heat. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's James. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. The Ducks will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering.
He holds it in and nobody's close. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. He unleashes a long one. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
The aerial assault continues. Catch in the middle, it's Lacey. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains, it's 1st down at the 27. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
The pull and throw off the RPO. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his...
Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You could tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Whittington. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw, it's Gabriel. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And listen, find your matchups you like, and you can see. You got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it, puts some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way into the end zone for 6.
He's not going to make it stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And the entire playbook is wide open on second and short like this. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that is how you bring it. You see the ball, you go get it right now, and you bring the wood with some bad intentions.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. To the ground to try to move the chains. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
First down for the offense. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Oregon 21, LSU 24.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Lacey. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. After that last completion, it's second down. They'll try the run. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Looking to go up top on first down. They're bringing heat. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. LSU quick to the line.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking for room. It's Dura. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on 3rd down would make it easier. They move the tight end all over. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback will audible. They'll put the tight end in motion. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he'll be stopped for no gain. Still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run.
Yeah, music back off.
See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah,
So now they'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. And he's lined up.
Turn the music back
You'll
on.
need to kick it right down the boulevard.
He's about to do the shit.
Never a doubt.
It don't matter. You lost. You lost. Yeah, you don't even know my mama. I ain't worried about that. You can't drive me. You lost. Who you about to beat the shit out of, though? Yeah. Who you got to beat the shit out of, though? Who you got? Yeah, who you got to beat the shit out of, though? Turn your music back on. Turn it back up. You turn back up. Finish rapping. Finish. Go back to that Rio. Go back to that Rio. Go back to that Rio. Man, go back. But you ain't scored since the first quarter. Yeah, go back. Put that Rio back on. Put the Rio back on. Put that Rio back on.
And the pass
Put that
is
Rio back
incomplete, and the
on,
ball game
bitch.
is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. Coming out with it, it's Thomas. He stopped short of the 20 at the 9th. We wish he'd just taken the touchback. First down for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires to the middle. Oh, picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
Well, that wasn't the start they were looking for on offense. They're trying to be aggressive. First play of the game and throw it. Bad decision by the quarterback, though, leads to an INT.
Offense set on first down. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Man through the contact. Tackle is made after a pickup of 6 down to the 19-yard line.
Ooh, and I love the running back here. Running into the blitz, he saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
He's got the back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Yeah, what a nice job finding your matchup, Palmer, on 3rd down. Understanding I got a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. Nice angle route, getting right there between the linebackers and getting the 3rd down conversion.
It was a really good job, too, David, of the running back that time, setting up like he was going to the flat, and the linebacker gets a little bit too excited. He then puts his foot in the ground, cuts back to the middle. It's an easy pitch and catch, and they get the 1st down.
Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. To the air, it's Horvat.
Oops.
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Navy! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
He's got it. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well-earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
Got a man. It's Lacey. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years. The foundation, the running game.
Don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some balance and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the 2nd half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
At the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Horvat. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Got it behind the line. It's Kent. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and settle.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll go with a direct snap. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That's caught. It's Durham. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed now. Early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Back to pass, it's Horvat. Pocket starts to collapse. And he's got it inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, midshipman.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They made the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. To the air on first down. Fires one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's third and long from the 30. Quarterback checking the play. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Movement here from the tight end. Comes out throwing on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lacey. Touchdown LSU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And Navy will go back on the attack. He'll start this drive firing. Looking down the middle. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I'll tell you, the fullback, he's not a guy that you're going to tackle and catch, right? You got to bring this guy down on the ground. He can make people miss. He's got a little bit of speed. He showed you it right there.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw for it. Coming after it. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, the football gods were shining on the offense on that play. I think the quarterback thought after he threw that might be pick 6 territory. But luckily, they were able to make the catch, and they've now got a fresh set of downs.
Unloads to the right. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. He'll ride his man on the option. This offense has a second down play. Wants to throw. It's Horvat. Get it out on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Going up top on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. Running back goes in motion. On the option. The pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Quick completion on the out route. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Breaks the tackle. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And they get the sack just like that.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. To the air, it's Horvat. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
On the ground, it's Chapman. Able to get 1 down to the 15. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Power football with the run. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. Navy quick to the line. They'll go to the ground. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. how confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe my defense?
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
How about that? 4th down, they turn around and hand it to the big fellow fullback to see if he can punch forward and move the pile, but just nowhere to go. The D-line up front. Give them...
And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Touchdown, Navy! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the 4th quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an important...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And Navy will go back on the attack. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Pulls it in. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Looking to help the kicker out on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 59-yard attempt. Back to throw. It's Horvat. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work. Pick up a huge play to help this offense get in position to win the game.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Big celebration, and understandably so, guys, but there is still time on the clock. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the move from inside his own 20. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. He wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
They'll run the option. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They opened up this drive getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. They're trying to get to it. Complete downfield. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
is here.